It's important for us to know when God is trying to bring us into a new place, because not everyone, everything, or everywhere is meant to last forever. Like, there's seasons for everything. Sometimes people may come into your life and they may help you in a particular season, but when you're trying to elevate, or when God is trying to elevate you and take you into a new place, like, these people cannot come. These same people that you were in this season with cannot come into this new season. And God will always show you the signs, but a lot of times we're reluctant to the signs because we've gotten used to that person. We've gotten used to that place. We've gotten used to these things. But we have to know and discern when God is trying to elevate us and tell us to move on. And a lot of times when things start happening, we won't understand, like, why they're happening. We won't understand why people start betraying us. We won't understand why, people just start acting funny. Why when we enter into a place that felt like home, why it doesn't feel like home anymore. And I know I've experienced that too many times, where I've been in a place of comfort, but then it got to a point where I wasn't comfortable in that place. I've gotten used to having something, and then it just wasn't the same feeling that I used to have. It wasn't that same joyfulness that I had when I first got it, or, just having it. You'll start to notice that you have no desire for things that you used to do. You'll start to have a distaste for certain places, and you won't want to be around certain people. You'll notice that people start acting funny, start acting different, and you're just sitting there wondering why. And it's because God, He knows that a lot of times when He tells us to move, we're not going to move. We're going to be stuck in this place because, again, we feel comfortable in this place. We're like, man, God, I've been with this person for years, and you're telling me to move on to somewhere different. Or, God, I've been at this job for the last 10 years. Like, I'm making 6 figures a year, and you're telling me to get up and leave. So, because He knows we won't move on our own, He'll do something that will get us to move. He'll take us out of our comfort zone, because we're not going to take action. We're not going to take that step and take the leap of faith. And most of the time when we don't move, we're just being reluctant. We'll start doing things another way. Like, we'll start trying to compromise on what God is telling us to do. So God is like, hey, I need you to leave your job. I need you to move to this place, and I'm going to take care of you. You're going to start this business or whatever the case may be, and you're going to be good. And you're like, all right, God, what if I just, get the same kind of job in this city, but I still move? And God is like, no, that's not how I said it. Look at Jonah. Jonah tried to run away from God, tried to do things, try to completely go the opposite direction of where God was telling him to go. And the storm came, and he got thrown off the boat, got swallowed up by a whale, was in the belly of the whale for 3 days because he was being disobedient and reluctant to God. Now, don't get me wrong, if you continue to just run away, if you continue to disobey God, at some point, He's just going to allow you to have your way. But just know that you will be outside of the will of God. If God is telling you to leave that person that you've been with for the last 5-10 years, and you don't do it, then that means that you're outside of the will of God. You're actively disobeying God. If God is telling you to get up and leave this city, leave this job behind, drop everything, and you don't do that, you're outside of the will of God, and you don't have His covering. You don't have His protection, because you're actively disobeying you. So He's going to hand you over to the thing that you so desire. And make no mistake about it, God is not stupid. God knows how much you love that person. God knows how much you love that thing. He knows how much you love that place. And because He knows that you will not be willing to give it up so easily. So He has to do things. He has to make it undesirable. He has to make that person hurt you. And it's going to hurt. It's going to suck. You're going to be like, man, God, I love this person. Why are they treating me this way? I've known them for years, and now they're all of a sudden acting different. All of a sudden, it's not just all of a sudden. It's not a coincidence. That's God. That's God showing you the signs. That's God telling you, like, hey, it's time to go. And God doesn't do this for no reason. It's because He knows that that thing, that person, or that place is going to eventually lead us further and further away from Him. It's going to lead us astray from God. Look at King Solomon. Had 700 wives and concubines, and he was led astray. But God was telling him, like, hey, do not marry all of these foreign women. Do not mess with these women. Don't do anything with them. But he continued to disobey, and eventually he lost God's covering. eventually he disobeyed God so much that God handed him over to his sins and his desires, and he wasn't inside of the will of God anymore. So it's important for us to remember, like, there's a season for everything. There's a season for people, a season for places, a season for things, and not all of them are meant to last forever. We're not meant to be in that same place forever. God will always do something to elevate you. Sometimes he may have to use tragedy. It's going to hurt, but God will be with you in the hurt. He will never leave you nor forsake you. That's a promise. That is his word. His word never lies. So if you are in a season, if you are in a place where God is trying to bring you into a new season, where he's trying to elevate you, where he's trying to, get you to see you need to let go of this thing or this person, this place, like, just listen, just submit, just obey. He's going to be with you. He's going to guide you. He will never let you fall or fail or stumble. He will be with you in everything. I know it's scary, but you have to take that leap of faith, because God is right there holding out his arms, waiting for you to come. All you have to do is take the step.